When Hollywood inevitably masters artificial intelligence, assuming the tech hasn't wiped us out entirely by the time it happens, you can bet movies like Fountain of Youth will become the new normal. The film is a fast-paced, visually stunning roller coaster ride, full of thrilling chases, breathtaking visuals, and mind-bending action sequences. But as much as the spectacle manages to impress, it leaves you with an unsettling realization. Despite the dazzling effects and hyper-stylized plot twists, Fountain of Youth has one major flaw. It's completely devoid of soul. Fountain of Youth follows a classic, globe-trotting adventure that takes our protagonists from the neon-lit streets of Tokyo to the sprawling deserts of Morocco, hunting for a mythical relic that promises eternal life. The kind of treasure that would make Indiana Jones blush and Lara Croft break a sweat. The stakes are high, the action intense, and the stakes even higher. It sounds like a recipe for the perfect blockbuster, right? But somehow, even with all the formulaic ingredients in place, the final dish falls short of leaving a lasting impression. A plot built on familiar tropes. At its core, Fountain of Youth treads on familiar territory. Think of it as a mashup of National Treasure, The Mummy, and every other action-adventure film, where the bad guys chase after a powerful artifact, and the heroes must stop them before they unlock its devastating power. It's a premise that's been done to death, and while the film gives its own spin on things, it doesn't do enough to reinvigorate the genre. The film opens with a pulse-pounding chase scene that introduces us to Dr. Helena Voss, played with icy precision by rising star Natalie King. She's a brilliant archaeologist and the film's lead, whose quest for immortality is more personal than professional. When a mysterious stranger, an underused James Franco, arrives at her doorstep with an ancient map in hand, she's thrust into a world of secret societies, shadowy villains, and a race against time to uncover the legendary Fountain of Youth. It's a basic setup that's easy to follow, but you can practically hear the screenwriters recycling old action-adventure tropes as they go. The villain is your typical evil genius archetype, played with a smirk and a little too much gusto by an over-the-top Matthew McConaughey. His character, Damian Blackwood, is the kind of guy who would twirl his mustache if he had one, plotting to seize the fountain's power for his own nefarious purposes. His motivations are thin, but it doesn't really matter when his character is used as nothing more than a plot device to give our heroes someone to chase. The plot feels like it's been constructed entirely around the idea of a cool set piece, rather than any meaningful character development. While Voss and Franco's character, Gavin Drake, form an uneasy partnership throughout the film, their emotional stakes feel underdeveloped. The script gives us hints at their backstories, but it never takes the time to truly explore them. The result? You might care about what happens to them on a surface level, but you won't lose any sleep if the film's dazzling explosions and chase scenes are the only thing you remember. Stunning visuals, but little substance. Visually, Fountain of Youth is a triumph. The filmmakers know how to create eye-popping set pieces, and every action sequence is shot with a level of polish that makes it feel like something out of a video game cutscene. The camera swoops through exotic locations, while the characters leap from towering buildings, narrowly escape explosions, and engage in hand-to-hand combat with an almost absurd level of intensity. The CGI is often so sleek that it's difficult to tell where the practical effects end and the computer-generated magic begins. The exotic locales, ranging from ancient temples to futuristic cityscapes, are enough to keep you glued to the screen, even if the characters' motivations seem a little too one-dimensional. The film's pacing, too, is relentless, with barely a moment to breathe between set pieces. The audience is constantly moved from one jaw-dropping moment to the next, making it impossible not to get swept up in the ride. Natalie King does her best with the material she's given, but her character's emotional arc is frustratingly underdeveloped. Likewise, Franco's charming but one-note role as the reluctant hero never quite feels like it's evolving. There's a telling moment toward the film's climax, when all the action and tension culminate in a final confrontation between Voss and Blackwood. The stakes are as high as they've ever been, yet the emotional payoff feels limp. You're left more impressed by the special effects than you are by the character's journey to get to this point.